Welcome to this expert coaching video series. These videos are designed to help you learn the basics of key Salesforce features, why they are important, and how you can start using them to deliver value. After watching this video, stay tuned to learn more about how to sign up for an optional individual follow-up session with a Salesforce expert to discuss the topics covered in this video. This option is available for our Premier and Signature Success Plan customers.
Hello, and welcome to this expert coaching video on getting started with Salesforce Order Management. We'll discuss what topics we'll be covering in this video in just a moment. But before I begin, I do just want to give a quick reminder that because Salesforce is a publicly traded company, we do ask that our customers base their purchasing decisions only on products and services that are currently available. With that, here we have an agenda for what areas we'll be covering in this video. First, I'll start with an overview of Salesforce Order Management and the value that it provides to your business. Next, we'll talk about some important considerations you should make as you plan your order management implementation. Then we'll take a look at some demos of navigating the order management app and performing some common actions on an order record. And from there, we'll discuss how to plan and create reporting in order management. And then we'll finish with some recommendations and resources for your continued learning. Let's go ahead and jump in here with an overview of Salesforce Order Management. So as we're all aware, shopper expectations have rapidly evolved over the last few years, especially during the pandemic. With so many shopping channels available to shoppers like apps, social media, smart devices, and the more traditional storefront, we're finding a majority of shoppers are really expecting a connected experience. During the pandemic, we saw an accelerated demand for different fulfillment options like curbside pickup and home delivery. With all of these different shopping channels and fulfillment options, now more than ever, the idea of a connected shopper experience is really important, as it will help merchants meet shopper expectations while at the same time delivering a great customer experience. And that's where Salesforce Order Management comes in to make this process simpler. It creates a unified view of order history, case history, and other records related to your customers to deliver seamless experiences from commerce to service and beyond. Order management also allows you to easily handle complex processes with our pre-built, easy-to-manage workflows that are readily accessible in the user interface. These workflows help you to be more efficient and dynamically route orders from the best fulfillment location for your customers. With omni-channel inventory and distributed order management, you can sell where your customers are by leveraging real-time inventory availability and having flexible fulfillment options across your network. And lastly, you can continually customize workflows and implement other microservices and pre-built app exchange packages, all for the purpose of extending the capabilities of your implementation as your business grows and adapts. So here's a look at the order management lifecycle. As I mentioned, the expectations that shoppers have is pretty simple. Place an order, it gets mailed, and then we receive it. Simple, right? Not exactly. There are a lot of fulfillment steps that snowball into effect once a shopper clicks the buy button. And that's precisely what we're talking about when we mention empowering brands to power amazing post-purchase experiences. After the shopper clicks buy, the steps to request authorization for payment, confirm inventory availability, send the order to a fulfillment center to get picked and packed, status updates, ERP updates, all of these steps happen behind the scenes. So order management is the system that talks to all of these third-party systems to help guide orders through fulfillment and servicing. And alongside Salesforce Order Management, we also offer our omni-channel inventory service and our distributed order management feature that I mentioned previously. Omni-channel inventory allows you to surface location-level inventory across your fulfillment channels. And the distributed order management feature provides you the ability to automate order routing to optimize fulfillment within your network of locations. So let's talk a little bit more about these, starting with omnichannel inventory. So this is Salesforce's inventory service. It combines the power of headless APIs and the flexibility of the Salesforce platform to unlock a single source of truth for location-level inventory availability across your digital selling channels and your distribution network. With omnichannel inventory, merchants can configure fulfillment locations, segment inventory by channel using location groups, and view inventory availability across locations and products. And it's natively integrated with Salesforce B2C Commerce and Salesforce Order Management. So this really enables you to scale accurately during high volume time periods, so you can avoid under or overselling. Let's take a look at how omnichannel inventory service works to integrate across Salesforce applications and other systems. The omnichannel inventory service is a multi-tenant system built on our Salesforce core platform, and it features a collection of headless APIs that let you get inventory availability data and manage reservations across all your fulfillment channels. It also comes with an app that is also built on our core platform, allowing you to manage location setup and view inventory records. Using Commerce APIs, inventory records from your source systems are loaded into omnichannel inventory service instead of into the B2C Commerce database. B2C Commerce can be configured then to integrate with omnichannel inventory by leveraging the existing inventory lists capabilities. This allows you to map inventory that's held in locations and location groups that are created in omnichannel inventory. The service then does the hard work of calculating available to order and available to fulfill inventory and takes into account location groups, future availability, and any safety stock numbers to power the storefront experience. Omnichannel inventory integrates out of the box with Salesforce Order Management through an API proxy. The API proxy enables Salesforce Order Management to get that inventory availability data and manage the reservation lifecycle during order routing, fulfillment, and cancellation. Let's delve into that location level segmentation to understand the power of location groups. Omnichannel inventory provides two levels of availability into your available inventory: locations and location groups. Locations represent physical locations where you have on-hand inventory available for fulfilling orders. This might be a distribution center, warehouse, or a retail store. Locations can then be associated to a location group or multiple groups. A location group represents a set of related locations and provides an aggregate view of the inventory across all the locations in that group. So when a shopper orders through a sales channel associated with a location group, your custom routing logic can fulfill the order from any location or set of locations. By providing inventory availability at the aggregate level across multiple locations and at the individual location level, you can segment and activate inventory within the storefronts of your choice. So let's take this example here. You can see that a retailer might have two storefronts, one for the United States and one for the EMEA region. And we'd like to display different sets of inventory based on country or region or however they choose to segment. Using the flexibility provided by location groups, you can sell jackets from both US Store 1 and Warehouse 1 for the US storefront, while selling jackets from Warehouse 1 and Warehouse 2 on the EMEA storefront. The service automatically factors in on-hand inventory counts, any future inventory that may be on order, any existing reservations, and safety stock numbers to calculate the available to order and available to fulfill numbers to power the storefront buying experience. Pretty great, right? So this location level availability I've just mentioned that's provided by omnichannel inventory service can then be used in your order routing process. This is the distributed order management feature where you can use your full network of retail stores and distribution centers to offer order fulfillment from each location. This allows you to fulfill faster and reduce costs by leveraging order routing workflows to fulfill from the best location and boost customer satisfaction. So distributed order management offers these configurable fulfillment workflows that can be used to dynamically route orders to the best location for fulfillment based on inventory level and proximity to the order recipient. So in short, with the out-of-the-box native integration with B2C commerce and omnichannel inventory, you'll really be able to deliver amazing commerce experiences. Using omnichannel inventory service, you can support that real-time availability to your shoppers on your storefront. And then inventory sharing and grouping allows you to create location groups to segment inventory for specific storefronts. And that location level integration is available to you to allow you to support buy online, pick up in store, ship from store, and more location-specific services for your customers. Additionally, if your B2C commerce sites are on SFRA, you can access the Shopper Self-Service cartridge to add the self-service module to any SFRA storefront. A pre-built integration makes this installation easy and will empower your shoppers with real-time views of order information, including order history and order status. Your shoppers can also initiate common post-order service requests like cancellations and returns on their own without engaging a service agent. Salesforce Order Management is natively integrated with Service Cloud. So when an agent logs into their agent console, they can easily see all order records, cases, and associated data to service returns, make updates to contact information, and quickly deliver other experiences that benefit your customers. Having that unified source of truth about what your customer is doing, from placing an order to asking for help to making returns, really allows you to service your customers in a seamless way. And with Service Cloud, you can use Einstein chatbots to automate and manage simple tasks with your customers, like checking order status and making returns and cancellations. This helps you to save time and allows your customers to access information quickly, all while continuing to add to that unified view of your customer. And for those of you who also use Marketing Cloud, you'll be able to send the order data and actions from Salesforce Order Management directly to Marketing Cloud via a native integration using Marketing Cloud Connect. This will allow you to trigger post-order transaction emails such as shipping confirmation, order cancellation confirmation, as well as using shopper data to build targeted email marketing campaigns. The next topic I'll discuss is implementation. Let's take a look at some important considerations and best practices when you're planning to implement order management. Before you begin, it is important to call out that order management implementation requires assistance from our Salesforce professional services team or a qualified order management implementation partner. If you need help selecting your implementation team, reach out to your account executive to learn more. Here we have some important technical skills that are required for implementing order management. You'll want to ensure that your partner has expertise in these areas. For developer roles on the left side here, you want to ensure they're skilled in using the Lightning platform and its automation tools, which are Salesforce Flow and Process Builder. Experience using the Workbench tool as well, and API and integration skills, particularly with Postman, as it's the API client that's used with order management. Proficiency with the languages listed here and the Salesforce Platform Developer 1 and 2 certifications are also recommended. Additionally, your partner teams should have gone through the Salesforce Order Management Admin and Developer Accredited Professional Trainings and exams. For administrator roles, having the Salesforce Certified Administrator certification is highly recommended. Admins should be well-versed in user management and data security, report building, object management, and configuring page layouts. These areas of the core platform are essential in implementing order management and continuously improving it to meet business needs post-implementation. Also, please consider that when introducing this new tool and achieving adoption and value, you'll always have to consider these 3 dimensions of change management. So we encourage you to think about how this solution is going to affect and fit in with your people, your processes, and your existing technology, and plan accordingly. To give you an idea of what an order management implementation looks like, here's a sample plan and timeline that shows some of the key activities involved. This plan shows a 5-month implementation timeline. Your plan may be shorter or longer depending on the scope of your project, technical design complexity, and types and number of integrations that will be involved. But in the first phase, what we call the plan and architect phase, you'll typically engage in detailed discovery sessions where the outcome will be an overall system architecture defining key integrations and high-level data flow, and a list of user stories or requirements that are needed to begin development. Then, in the construct phase, if you're using an agile development methodology, you may then plan for a certain number of sprints where you'll be setting up, configuring, customizing, and testing the order management application for your specific business needs. And once the work has been done for all the user stories in the construct phase, you'll need to do your final testing. This should include end-to-end QA, full systems integration testing, user acceptance testing, and adequate performance and load testing. All of this will get you ready to successfully launch on Salesforce Order Management. And since Salesforce Order Management functions as an orchestrator with touch points to many systems, there will be a number of integrations that will come into play for your implementation. Some key system integrations will include your points of order entry, such as your Commerce Cloud storefront, marketplaces, shopping apps, or social channels. Also, the systems of record for your product inventory data. A payment and fraud solution provider, as well as a tax service provider, maybe Service Cloud or another system for customer service. And certainly a fulfillment system or warehouse management system, stores or dropshipper. And lastly, a financial system or ERP. And additionally, you may integrate with other systems for more capabilities, like Marketing Cloud or another email service provider for transactional and marketing emails. Maybe a subscription service for handling recurring orders, or a loyalty service for shipment or refund information, or a ratings and review service for sending shipment information. So not all of these may be a part of your brand's unique solution, but some combination of these system integrations are usually in the mix for most businesses with B2C fulfillment. Lastly, there are some key upfront decisions that need to be made prior to implementation. In Salesforce, accounts represent business entities and contacts represent individuals associated with those accounts. To represent a shopper in commerce transactions, you need elements of both objects. So order management can represent shoppers in two ways. The first is using standard accounts and contacts. These function as separate records. Both the account and contact records together hold the shopper data. A person account is the other option. This is a single record type that combines the account and contact data under one record that represents the individual shopper. So for shopper representation, you'll need to decide if you're going to use standard accounts and contacts or use person accounts to represent your shoppers. Order management always uses standard accounts and contacts to represent business shoppers, which it identifies by the presence of a company name in an order's billing address. And by default, it also represents individual shoppers with standard accounts and contacts. You do have the choice to represent individual shoppers with person accounts instead by activating the person accounts for shoppers setting according to the procedure in the Salesforce Order Management Implementation Guide. It is important to note that person accounts do require prior setup in your org before you can use them with order management. You'll also want to determine your overall data strategy for representing shoppers between B2C commerce and the core platform by taking into consideration other Salesforce products you may have, like Service Cloud or Marketing Cloud. And based on how you represent your shoppers and the default matching that occurs when orders flow from B2C commerce to order management, you may want to customize that matching logic and determine other data syncing between B2C commerce and Salesforce Order Management to meet your specific business use cases. Now that we've talked about some important considerations when it comes to implementing order management, let's talk about how to use the order management application in your org when you've gone live. So the order management console provides several key features to help your service representatives. The summary view on the left side of the console allows your agents to see a list of order summary records. You can select the list view to display on the summary view, whether that's all order summaries, recently viewed order summaries, or a custom filtered list view. You can also search by order number to look up a specific order. The console also allows you to look at the details of that order as well as records related to the order, such as fulfillment orders, payment summaries, and order changes. And another key feature is that your agents can easily initiate order changes from the console, such as canceling an order or individual items, discounting items, and returning an order or specific items as well. So let's go and look at that in action in the order management app. I'm now going to present a series of demos that'll show you how to navigate the order management console, how to cancel an item from an order, how to process an appeasement for an order, otherwise known as a discount, and how to process a simple return and an RMA return. Let's take a look. Hello, and welcome to our first demo for the Getting Started with Salesforce Order Management video. So the first topic we wanted to address is how to navigate the order management console, how to look for order summary records, and find the information you need within those records. So let's go ahead and get started. Just to begin, I like to ensure that I'm in the order management app. So you can do that by going to this app launcher here and making sure you're in order management. So I have the app set up to first show me my order summary records. So what I'm looking at here is a list view. So this is showing me the order summary records in my org that I've looked at most recently. Another default list view we have is all order summaries, which is showing all the order summary records in this org. So that order summary record, just for some background, is the record we use to track all the details you can need about an order. So very important record. The great thing about list views is you can also make your own custom list views. So if I go to list view controls and select new, I can make my own here. So I'll go ahead and name this orders awaiting fulfillment. And you do have the ability as well to decide if this is just your own private list view or if you want to add other users. So I'll keep it to myself for now. And with this new list view, I now have the opportunity to define new filters for what records I want to show in this list view. So go ahead and make sure this is all order summaries. And for this example, I'll add another filter on the order summary status field so that when I open this list view, I want to see orders with the status of waiting to fulfill. That way, at a glance, I can see just order summary records that are awaiting fulfillment. So if I go ahead and click save, this should update. So list views are a convenient way for your users to define what records they want to take a look at. So let's go ahead and look at an order summary record. So as you see, when I open up a record, it's going to create a tab up here in the navigation bar. So as I open more records, I'll see other tabs, so it keeps it organized here. So you've heard the term order management console. I do like to clarify that's what we're looking at right now. And more specifically, I can expand this bar from the left to open up what's called split view. So this is how you work in the order management console. You can continue to look at your list views of records here on the left and access other order summaries you want to look at while having a singular order summary record opened on this page right here. It's a very handy way to work. So this is what's called the order summary record detail. So starting here on the left, I see this totals component that just gives kind of a financial breakdown of the order. So the subtotal, the value of any order adjustments. So this is usually discounts, the value of the shipping and the tax as well, just giving us the complete financial total there. Go ahead and close this. And in the order summary header here, I can see the shopper that placed the order. You can kind of hover over the name to get some quick contact information for the customer, or even click to open that customer's contact record. So as you see, When we're on an order summary record and open up a related record, it will display as a sub-tab under this overarching tab. So it's a way to work smoothly and keep things neat. So in addition to the shopper's name, I also have the date the order was placed and what time, the current status of the order, so that waiting to fulfill in this case, and the billing address as well. So when I take a look next down in this summary section, you can see at the top here we have the individual line items on the order. So the shipping and the product that was ordered. We can see the status for each line item and some other financial cost information about those line items as well. And then for the shipping address, this can vary from the billing address, so it's nice to have this top of mind here. And then we have the payment associated with the order represented here by our order payment summary object. So I've got this order payment summary. It has the payment method, the amount that's authorized, and it will also tell us when the amount has been captured and if there's any amount refunded to this payment method. And just like any other related record, I can open that up as well, drill in for some more information on that order payment summary. All right, and the related tab is next here. The related tab is going to show lists of records that are related to the order summary. So most important to note here is the fulfillment order record. So the fulfillment order record is what order management uses to communicate to your warehouse management system. So it'll take the line items from the order summary and a few other related objects, and some process automation we have in the back end will assign them to a fulfillment location and communicate that to your warehouse management system. That way the pick, pack, and ship operations can be completed. And then normally the warehouse management system would communicate that back to order management here and indicate that the order has been fulfilled. So for the purposes of this demo, I'll go ahead and mark this as fulfilled so we can see how that impacts the order summary. You have some other information on the fulfillment order detail as well. The fulfillment location, you can drill in for additional information on how that fulfillment order is going to be used. So now that this has the status of fulfilled, I can go back here to the order summary object record. I'm going to go ahead and refresh here just to make sure we're seeing up-to-date information. So now you can see a couple things have happened. The authorized amount has now been captured since the order has been fulfilled. And we can additionally see upon fulfillment, an invoice record in the related list has been created. So you can go in and access that invoice record when a fulfillment order has been fulfilled for an order. So those are some of the key areas that are good to know how to navigate for the order summary record. And finally, we do have this actions and recommendations component here on the left that has 4 of our out-of-the-box actions in it. So we have our cancel item action, discount item action, an RMA return, and a simple return. So in the following videos, we'll review each of these actions and how they can be used to impact orders and perform those customer service operations for your shoppers. In Salesforce Order Management, the cancel item action guides a service representative through the process of canceling a line item or multiple line items from an order before the line item has reached the status of allocated or fulfilled. So let's say I'm on the phone with a customer named Rachel. Rachel provides me with her order number, which I can search for in the split view here. Once I locate that order summary and confirm that it's the right order in subject, Rachel tells me that she's changed her mind on one of the line items. So let's say she's changed her mind on this beanie item here and wants to cancel it. So to kick off the process, I, as the agent, can hit this cancel item action, which will bring me to the first screen where I can select the line item or multiple items to cancel from the order. I'll go ahead and select the beanie and click next. Now, this screen confirms the quantity of the line items that we're canceling and will also prompt me to select a reason code. So for this example, I'll go ahead and select change of mind. And there's also a checkbox here titled remove shipping amount, which
will prorate the total shipping cost for the order in accordance with the price of the item or multiple items that are being canceled. So that option is available as well. Now I'll click next, and this final page here will just verify the quantity and the item that I've selected. Will tell me the total amount of the cancellation that's going to be applied to the order, and some of the financial details as well, the original total, the cancellation total, and what that updated order total will be. Once I verify everything looks correct, I'll hit submit. And this screen will verify that the cancellation succeeded. And once I click finish, I can now go and see that on the order summary record, these changes have been reflected. So once the line items load here, we can see that the beanie has now been changed to a status of canceled, and the order total now reflects that $315, the adjusted order amount. The discount item action is another guided flow right there in the actions component on the order summary record. So this flow allows a service representative to easily provide a discount for one line item or all line items on an order that's already been fulfilled. So let's say I'm speaking with a customer who's upset because his or her order arrived much later than expected. So in this example, Jessica. So let's say Jessica provides me with her order number. I can then go to my order summaries list view and search for that order by the number and go ahead and pull up that order summary record. So once I confirm that this is the correct order, I can go ahead and initiate the discount process by clicking that discount item action right here. So this will launch that guided flow experience. And my first step here is to select the item I want to provide a discount for. So since this is the item that arrived late, I'll be providing a discount for Jessica today. I'm going to select that item and hit next. Now this screen will first prompt me to select the discount type. So you can either do a straight dollar amount or a percent of the total item cost. So for this example, I'll do a 20% discount. And as I type that in, it'll also show me the respective dollar amount there. And then I'm required to select a reason for this discount. So I'll go ahead and put item arrived too late. We also have an optional field here for additional notes on the discount scenario, just to track there. So I'll click next. And the following screen will show me a summary of the changes I've made, the discount I've applied, the total discount that's going to be applied to the order, and some of the financial details here with the updated order total after the discount's been applied. Now I can click submit. The flow will process my discount. I get this confirmation that the discount has succeeded. So I'll click finish to return to the order summary record. Now we can see these changes have been reflected here. So I can see the individual line item adjustments once they load right in this field here. So there's that 20% discount I applied for the vest. You can see that reflected on the line item adjustment. You can also see the order total has been reduced to that discounted total I previously saw. And the total amount has been refunded as well for that discount. The other two guided actions that are available out of the box with Salesforce Order Management are the two return item actions we have here. So let's start with talking about the return item flow. This can be used by your service agents if a customer is requesting to return an item or multiple items from an order. It's important to note that with this return item flow specifically, the refund will be initiated right away. So it should be used in situations where the returned item isn't required to be received first before providing the refund. So for example, I'm on the phone with a customer, they provide me their order number. I search for that order and pull up the order summary record. Let's say Rachel received this women's pill vest in a damaged state. So in that case, we'd want her to be refunded right away. So I can go ahead and start that return item flow. And I'll select the product here, click next. Then I can select a reason for the return. So I'll go ahead and put product damage, and I do have the option as well to remove the shipping amount as well for the refund to include that. So I will go ahead and do that. Then I can click next. Again, I see a summary here of the item that's going to be returned and the reason for it. And then I see the total amount that's going to be refunded for the order, which is the amount of the original order, resulting in an updated order total of $0. So once I have verified this information is correct and how I want it, go ahead and click submit. And that will finalize the flow and we get a success message there. Click finish to return to the order summary record. And now we can see that on the individual line item level, the shipping and the product itself have now a status of returned, and that refund of $164 was made right away, resulting in a total of $0 for the overall order. So the RMA return flow is another return flow we have. It is a little different. So it's going to follow the exact same steps as the return item flow, but the key difference here is that the RMA return action is used when the refund should be issued after the returned item has been physically received. So this may be in situations where, let's say this vest didn't fit or the customer changed their mind and didn't want it. That would be a situation for an RMA return. And again, it does follow the exact same steps as the return item flow. The only difference is it will inform you that the refund will only be issued after the product has been returned and received, and you won't see that refunded amount reflect immediately. It will only be reflected when the product is received. So these available actions on the order summary record that we've talked about really do help your service agents to assist customers in an easy and intuitive way. So as we've seen, the Order Management Console makes it easy for you to see order summary records and related records and make changes to those orders. But sometimes you need to take a step back from day-to-day order processing and look at the big picture. You want to collect and see data for all your orders to help you analyze your processes, track shopping trends, and identify opportunities for improvement. In this final section, we'll discuss how you can set up and customize reports for your order management data in Salesforce. To get started with reporting, there are some considerations to make. I'd like to point out that it's important for you to know how your other systems are working with your order management system. Source systems such as your B2C storefront, a marketplace channel, or a commerce app would be pushing data into OMS. Whereas other external systems for fulfillment, inventory, and other third-party systems may both receive and update data in OMS. And there are also downstream systems that may receive data from OMS, such as your financial system, ERP, or business intelligence tool. So just because certain data enters order management doesn't mean that Salesforce Order Management is the best system by which to report on that data. Understanding the complete view of order data across your systems will help you determine whether or not order management is the best system to report on the data you want to see. When you then plan to build reports in order management, it's important to be familiar with these items on the right side here. Standard order management objects, custom order management objects, and the status values defined for your objects. So standard Salesforce order management objects are the objects that make up the data model that comes out of the box with order management. And your implementation likely has custom order management objects as well, which are objects that are created to extend the data model as part of your implementation specifically. The standard order management objects in your org, and potentially custom objects as well, have status values that indicate the current status for records of that object. For example, whether an order has the status of activated or completed, or whether a line item has the status value of allocated or fulfilled. Additional status values may have been added as part of your implementation. So you'll want to understand what these status values mean, as they can be helpful for reporting. An important first step to consider when you're creating your reports is examining the who, what, and why behind the information.
Start with defining who needs the information in the report. For example, an executive will likely have different needs than a customer service manager. Then, what information do they want to see specifically? This will help you, again, determine the best source system for the report based on where that data lives. And lastly, why do they want to see this particular information? This can help you prioritize reporting based on urgency and how frequently the reporting will be used. Now that we've discussed some considerations for planning reporting, let's talk about how you can configure reports in Salesforce. The first step is to define custom report types that determine the types of records for which your users can create reports. When you define a custom report type, you select a primary object for that report type. The primary object that you select defines the records and fields that will be available for that report. The objects listed on this page here are standard order management objects that are commonly used as the primary object in a report type, and they're good to be familiar with. These objects are central to order management, so they contain information that you'll commonly want to know, and they are related with other order management objects, which can be used as a secondary object in the report type. Here's a visual to further explain. As mentioned, report types are based on a primary object that you select. It's important to note that not all objects in the order management data model are available as primary objects. But in this example, the order summaries standard object is selected as the primary object. You can then optionally select a secondary object that's related to the primary object, in this case, the order summaries object, which allows you to bring more records into this report type. You can select up to 4 related objects in a report type. So a report type just defines the set of object records and fields that are available to build a report based on the relationships between the primary object and its related objects. Then after you've created a custom report type, end users can then use that report type to create individual reports of their own. Those individual reports are where users can then define what fields are displayed, what filter criteria are applied, and they can be shared between users as well. So think of a report type as a template by which your end users can make their own reports. Here are some common themes for using reports in order management. Reports can be made for your users to take action, such as on an orders report that filters by status. For example, all orders that have a status of pending fulfillment, so you can view where the order is in the fulfillment process. Or you could filter by all orders that have a status of fraud hold, so you could investigate those orders further. Another example is a return order report, where you could filter by status to report on all return orders that are still awaiting receipt. You can also create a report to display process exception records, so you can have those records in one place and look into those orders to investigate what the issue was that interrupted processing for the order. Reports can also be made for analytics around key metrics. You can create a report on the order summary object or the shipment object to display the total volume of respective records. You can also create an order summary report and filter by channel to see the breakdown of where orders are being placed. A report on the fulfillment order object can be filtered to show how many fulfillment orders are rejected, or you could filter by location to see how many orders are being fulfilled at each location. A few more examples here include making a report on order changes and filter by the reason code for that change, report on the total number of order cancellations, or the total number of buy online, pick up in store orders. So we've provided these examples to give you some ideas for what types of reports to begin configuring in order management. So to wrap things up, these great resources here can help you learn more about order management. First, these trailhead modules will help familiarize you with order management features, as well as creating reports in Salesforce. So I do highly recommend doing that reports and dashboards module for more information on creating reports. We've also linked our B2C Commerce Trailblazer community where you can ask and answer questions with other Salesforce users. And finally, we've linked some additional order management and order management reporting documentation here for your information as well. So with that concludes this expert coaching video. Thank you so much for watching and for being a Salesforce customer.
Thank you for watching this expert coaching video. Learn more about other videos available in this series by heading to our expert coaching catalog. And remember, if you are a Premier or Signature Success Plan customer, you can request a follow-up session with a Salesforce expert by clicking the link in the video description box. You also have access to our Ask an Expert office hours. You can find and sign up for an upcoming session by clicking the link in the video description box.